Congratulations on winning the Digital Startup of the Year award a few days ago. Many thanks for taking the time today to give us your perspectives on emerging technologies, in particular on the blockchain technology, as well as your views and expectations for SEBA Bank, for the financial industry, and Switzerland as a business location. Allow me a few introductory words first. Guido Bühler is co-founder and CEO of SEBA Bank AG in Zug. Guido is a visionary whose expertise is grounded in global corporate finance. During his career of more than 30 years, the graduate business economist built and led large global teams at one of Switzerland's largest banks. Most recently, he founded award-winning strategic advisory firm BB Analytics. Guido, the blockchain technology opens up new opportunities in many areas of our lives. How do you rate this technology? Where do you see its value? And what significance will blockchain have in the future in our lives?
First of all, thank you very much, Erdi, for the interest into SEBA Bank and the time you take speaking to me. When it comes to blockchain, it's a new technology with strategic importance. People always talk about the Bitcoin and the blockchain, and sometimes they don't like either one or the other. I think with Bitcoin we have seen establishment of a crypto market that is very, very effective and works 24/7. And then you have blockchain, which has 4 attributes, which I think play a super important role also in the context of the 4th industrial revolution. In particular, those attributes are: 1, it's a digitization of assets, which can be tangible and intangible. Second one, particularly for the financial industry, it's the most efficient way of transfer of ownership in a millisecond, irrevocable, that provides significant cost-saving opportunities for current processes. Then blockchain is a very safe environment given its decentralization, the transparency aspect of all the activities that are happening but still controlled in what can be shown and what not. And last but not least, it is the decentralization with the fractionalization. So it will allow the access of players in the financial industry and wider industries associated to it, which is today not possible.
It's not wrong to say that Switzerland is one of the most innovative countries in the world. How do you assess the positioning of Switzerland in relation to blockchain, and what are the advantages of Switzerland as a business location in this context?
Switzerland plays definitely a leading role. However, in this fast and forward-moving environment, it has to make sure, or Switzerland has to make sure, it will keep up. First of all, we are in Zug. It's the crypto valley. It is a cluster of more than 3,000 companies in that field, with all different flavors and propositions. And it has attracted a lot of international companies from all over the world. That's also supported with an already established economic cluster. We talk about the commodities, we talk about the family office, the private equity market, the life sciences industry, but also the rights industries like sports, for instance. And blockchain in the middle enables various propositions. In order to do that, Switzerland needs to have a good regulation. And on the 2nd of February 2021, this year, the first part of the DLT law came in place. And SEBA Bank, as the first bank in the world, tokenized its equity purely on the blockchain rather than creating a token which is a twin of a share registry. Last but not least, we have a government that is very supportive. We had the former Prime Minister, Mr. Schneider-Ammann, who propagated Switzerland to become a blockchain nation, and I think we are moving towards that. Why did blockchain happen in Zug, and I think that's also a very important example in terms of the strength. We have the subsidiary principle applied in Switzerland, so everything starts first on the Gemeinde level, so that's the region. Then it goes to the Kantonsebene, I think, which is the county, and then last but not least, it is the national level. So it is basically a fruitful environment to bolster innovation.
Digital transformation is essential in today's rapidly changing marketplace. Also accelerated by the pandemic, digital technology reshapes industry after industry. Where do you see the financial industry in this process, and where is this journey heading?
Well, the financial industry, if I remember correctly, from the digitalization index, we're only about a third progressed if you compare that to other industry, which is amazing really, since we are not producing any tangible product as such. I think for the traditional banks are on the discovery phase. One is in terms of the attribute that talked about the most efficient transfer of ownership and the associated cost benefits that come in the post-trade activities, so the internal settlement. It goes much further than this. We have infrastructure players like SWIFT for payments, and we have the CSDs for securities. We will see a significant transformation in that, and also cost savings in that regard. The next one is obviously looking at client service delivery. More and more clients want to have an exposure into crypto, and crypto initially was all about Bitcoin and Ethereum, but there is a real ecosystem emerging with players that are going to play an important role in this new digital economy. And so the traditional banks have to think about how to offer this. And that's where SEBA Bank supports the various banks in order to help them to facilitate their clients. And we do that with a traditional at arm's length relationship, up to that we have maybe white labeled wallets that are attached to our environment to make it very safe and easy and transparent to access our capabilities for their clients.
My next question is about your baby, SEBA Bank. SEBA Bank is not positioning itself as a pure crypto bank, but as a bridge between digital and traditional financial sector. What does that mean exactly, and what are the benefits for your clients?
So it's moving fast, right? And so also the proposition, initially when we started in 2018, and that's truer than ever, it's the bridge between those worlds. And the first one is it's very safe and easy to access. Clients do not feel comfortable to open simply an account on the internet. It's fine to a certain amount, but since more professional investors and institutional clients want to put money into this market, they want to have a very secure counterparty such as SEBA. So the next step is about having full institutional capabilities, which SEBA has. So for instance, we are the only bank in the world that has official digital buy-side research in line with the guidelines of the Swiss Bankers Association. We are the only bank in the world that can do discretionary mandates and managed accounts on digital assets. We are one of the only banks in the world that have collective scheme custody capability, so mutual funds can custodize in a liquid way rather than in alternative buckets. And so people are doing that in terms of institutional capability for crypto, but the next real push is now digitalization of assets. For example, the digitalization of gold, combining the role of commodity, store of value in the investment, which today are free products, tomorrow is one product. Digitalization of art, where you can leverage the right of art and the capabilities of usage. That's true also for other collectibles. We see a lot of opportunities in the real estate business, where it offers new opportunities for developers, the holders and the financiers of these capabilities and assets. And that's where we see the next evolution. From that on, I think people are very agnostic about technology. That's why we don't want to position ourselves as the blockchain or the crypto bank. We really want to create value in a very more effective, efficient and transparent way. So for instance, today as a client, you open an account, you get a wallet, you get a card at no costs, there are no fees. Plus, you can also get positive interest rates. And we are saying we want to be the smart bank, the global smart bank in the world, which means three things: connectivity, a beneficial ecosystem, and analytics for self-directed activities.
My next question is just for fun.
I love it.
If SEBA Bank was a movie, what would be the title?
I think there would be two titles. I think the first one would be The Fifth Element. And that's because I see blockchain as the fifth element as part of the fourth industrial revolution. And you have blockchain impacts society, economy, a regulation, and the individual user in terms of data protection. And blockchain brings it all together. And maybe as the journey until here, I would call the movie Mission Impossible, because initially when we started, there were a lot of naysayers and, obviously people make you believe it's probably not possible. But it's fantastic that a team of 6 people started with that. And we are here, we are sitting here at the SEBA Bank, in a historical building with an established bank that is growing at significant rate. And that makes me and us very proud.
Thank you very much, Guido, for your time and interesting insights into the world of blockchain and cryptocurrencies.
It's a great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.